Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how is everything today? On this occasion, we are going to continue our lesson. We are going to talk about assimilation and elision. So assimilation means the common phonological process by which one sound become more like a nearby sound. Or we can say assimilation is when two sounds comes together and change or melt into a new sound. Well, it can occur either within a word or between words. I repeat, the assimilation can occur either within a word or between words when the final sound of a word touches the first sound of the next word. It can be because when we speak, actually we join all the words together. The assimilation itself varies in extent according to speaking rate and style, more fond in rapid, actually the casual speech, and less likely in slow, careful speech. Well, generally speaking, the cases that have most often been described are assimilation affecting consonant. Here are the example. There are words like handbag, want to, five pence, they go. The transcription itself like this, but after having the assimilation it can be different. For example, here handbag, but after having assimilation becomes handbag. Here T become M. Meanwhile, for bag, it's same. And then want to become want to, wanted. Yeah. That go becomes that go. Okay, we are going to learn it further. So basically, as the example, sound segments typically assimilate to a following sound or to a preceding one. It depends. So one reason for assimilatory processes is that several articulators are involved in making a speech a sound, and that they are not capable of moving instantaneously. An easy process to observe is the position of the lips itself. When we are talking about assimilation, actually there are two types. The first one is direct of change, and consonant can change. We begin in terms of direction of change, and here there are two kinds of direction of change. Really, the first one is regressive assimilation, and the second one is progressive assimilation. Regressive assimilation means that the phoneme that comes first is affected by the one that comes after it. Here, as the example, is this year, yeah. And then bright color, light blue. But here, because these words occur, the assimilation, the pronunciation a little bit different. Yeah, this year, and then bright color. There is assimilation here. Yeah, it should be bright, ended by T. But when having the assimilation, it changed into K. Affected by this one, bright color, and then light blue. We are going to learn about this exchange. And then the progressive assimilation, actually the phoneme that come after this. The second one is progressive assimilation, namely the phoneme that comes first affect the one that comes after it. Here is the simple example. This year, this one change, yeah, because this one affect this one, yeah. Well, in the term of the consonant change, actually there are three. The first one is assimilation, place of articulation, and then assimilation manner, and assimilation of voice. Here are some rules when you are going to make assimilation of place of articulation. So when a vowel like letter T, yeah, and then T, and then N plus bilabial like P, P, and then P, B, or M, yeah, and then the assimilation should be bilabial. I repeat, the alveolar consonant like T, D, N plus bilabial like P, B, M. So the assimilation will be bilabial. For example, here T becomes P before bilabials. The example is right place, right place. Here, yeah, the T letter should be omitted. So the final phrase will be right place, right place. Might should be might put, might put. Yeah. Again, white bird, white bird become white bird. So T, yeah, becomes P before bilabials. Another example is D. Hot bath, hot bath become hot bath. Should put become should put. Should make should make. So look at this changes. Goodbye become goodbye, goodbye. Should win, should win. Should buy, should buy. And then in N letter become M like gone pass, gone pass. After assimilation, gone pass. Sin Peter, Sin Peter become Sin Peter, etc. Yeah, you can see another example. And then the assimilation of place of articulation. The second one is alveolar plus velar. Yeah, alveolar sounds like T, T, N, and then the velar like K, K, yeah, K or G. For example, here, white coat, white coat. This is the alveolar T, ya, letter T. Jadi ini huruf T, dia akan berubah, ya, karena T ini masuknya dia adalah alveolar. T, kemudian D, kemudian N. Ini semua adalah huruf-huruf alveolar. And then plus velar ketika bertemu dengan velar, ya, like seperti huruf K and G, K, K. So the result will be velar. Yeah. So this one velar affect the alveolar. For example, white coat becomes white coat. So disappear T. It's also the same. T disappears. And then that go become that go. Might go become might go. So there is a omission here. And then for D, like bed cold become bag cold, because D here change into G. Jadi yang tadinya berakhiran dengan D dibacanya bad. Ketika mengalami asimilasi, yang D ini dia hilang dan diganti dengan G. Jadinya bag gold, bag gold. Ini dipengaruhi oleh velar, ya. And then should come become should come, bag gate, should go. And then this one ended by N, like one cup become one cup. Sing current, mind get. Yeah. And then assimilation of less of articulation. The third one is alveolar and dental. Should be dentalized. Like get there, and then tent, betting. Then the fourth one, alveolar plus palato-alveolar or palatal become palatal. Yeah, the example S becomes sh before sh or ch. Nauseous, the shop, this year, and then Z-like, those shops, this shape, where's yours? And then alveolar stops, and following J may merge to form an abricate. For example, like want you become want you, and individual, did you, education, and then the next is assimilation of manner. Here only regressive assimilation of alveolar consonant that can change the assimilation of manner. So plosive plus fricative becomes fricative. For example, like T plus S. S affect the T. So decide. T is omitted. Decide. Jadi T-nya hilang. It is only for regressive assimilation, And then good sound become good sound. Bad sound become bad sound. And then plosive plus nasal becomes nasal. For example, day night, good night. And then here there is a note that follow a plosive or nasal at the end of the preceding word, like get them, inner. And then the next one is assimilation of voice. Here only regressive assimilation of voice, like Lenis plus Fortis become devoiced, like have the, bad tongue, because, and then another example is I like that black dog. I like that black dog. And then here there is an exercise. There are 4 phrases. Try to find the correct assimilation, whether it is A, B, C or D. You have a 5 minutes, you can pause the video, and then after that you can see the answer. Okay, start from now. Well everyone, this is the answer. You can match with your answer. And then the exercise 2, you can find out the rules of assimilation in this sentence. You can record your voice using your mobile phone and then try to compare with the rules, or you can find it in the rules of assimilation. And then the second discussion is about elision. Talking about definition, elision means the omission of one or more sounds, such as a vowel, a consonant, or a whole syllable. So it is not only a vowel of consonant, but those of them. It can be a syllable too. In a word or phrase, producing a result that is easier for the speaker to pronounce. Sometimes sounds may be omitted for euphonic effect. This is the explanation. Well, in native English speaker, actually elision comes naturally, and it is often described as the slur or muted. Often elision is deliberate. So elision is kind of an important area in listening skills, as the learners are often unable to hear elided words correctly, especially if they have a little contact with a native speaker. Word counting and dictation are two activities that practice recognition, whilst at the production stage reading, elided forms such as a contracted form is common. Basically, elision is very simply the omission of certain sound in a certain context. Well, the most important occurrence of this phenomenon regard the alveolar consonant T and D. When we use a sandwich between the consonant. The example is like next day. You can say next day. There is an omission here. And then the last car, hold the dog, San Frank a car. Well, this elision can also take place within affricate and T when preceded by a consonant, as the example likes lunchtime, strange days. And then the phoneme T is a fundamental part of the negative particle not. The possibility of it being elided makes the foreign student's life more difficult. Consider the negative of can if followed by a consonant. The T may easily be severe, and the only difference between the positive and negative is a different, longer vowel sound in the second. So note that when can't is followed by a vowel, example I, can't eat, the T is not elided. Can something similar happen to didn't? I can't speak. I can't speak. I can speak. I can't speak. A second form involves the omission of the square before liquids I and R. Example like secretary. So the omission will be secretary. It should be secretary, but the omission will be secretary. Camera becomes camera. Memory. In some cases, this elision may be optional. Like in dictionaries, usually represent the optional sounds in italic, like ein or chimed, or in other is the nerve. So it's only the choices you want to use it or not. But when we are speaking with the native English speaker, it will be usually you will listen the elision. Here are some other example. We can see in the dictionary and then in the elision. For example, like comfortable. But after elision, it should be comfortable, and then comfortable. And then laboratory. But after elision, laboratory. So it's kind of a little bit rapid, not slow. And then temperature. Maybe you should omit one syllable or some word. Page double becomes vegetable. Family, but it can be family. It's like you should omit one syllable like family, but after omission, family can be two syllables. Him, going to, gonna. Here are some other elision, like apply, There is the elision letter like T here. Asthma, fifth glance used to carve T. What's his name? Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. So rules of elision. Aspirated stops plus weak vowel. Yes, it should be aspirated like the day. Yeah, it's like omitted. Potatoes, potato, canal, become canal, crack, become crack. So it's kind of rapid. Connect. And then the next one is avoidance of complex consonants cluster, like stop plus stop, like looked back. And then stop plus stop, fricative, acts, script. And then loss of V in of before consonant, like lots of them. Where's the money? Where's the man? It seems that you have omitted this of word. Where's the money? So here are weak form. You can read some words, like for example these are the auxiliary verbs to, strong to, weak to, are, was, were, would, etc. Well, everyone, I think that's all for my explanation related to assimilation and elision. If you still have any question, you can share it in the forum in Scalza. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next time.